Another XRP video. Hope you guys had a fantastic day. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another video. In today's video, we'll be covering a bunch of interesting topics, starting off with some talk about ISO 20022. Then we're going to be talking about, some YouTube news in relation to the cryptocurrency community, some rich list, which I have some very interesting stuff to talk about there. I absolutely love the rich list, and yeah, some TA as well. So yeah, if you guys know the video, you know what to do. Let's start off here. I want to talk a little bit about the YouTube membership. So this is the YouTube membership. There are 3 tiers for Crypto Jeremy, and this is a way, to support the channel. Because truth is, the dream would be this. The dream would be to have you guys support this enough that I don't have to run ads in my videos. I hate ads, you guys hate ads, no one likes ads. And so, for example, for Moonboy, for pretty much a Subway sandwich a month, there's so many features. Like, I cannot stress the fact that there are so many features. And I'm trying to develop this because I want, because I've been in the cryptocurrency space for pushing 3 years, and I've had to make YouTube videos almost daily. I have gathered, so much knowledge. Even if I don't want to gather this knowledge, I just have, because I've seen thousands of articles, thousands of tweets, etc. And I just want to share that, knowledge, my opinions. Okay, so just by being with Moonboy, for example, I'm going to be having videos, okay, like one video where I cover a bunch of altcoins that you guys, want to see, because I can put a community post and you guys can respond to that. And then obviously for Cosmos Boy and Pluto Boy, like, I'm not here to say, get these. These are, hefty amount of money per month. But yeah, I want to really have this as a community. I want this to be beyond memberships. I want this to be very centered around cryptocurrency, education and content. Because when the, I like to say 2020 moon season hits, there's so many new people going to be coming into the space scrambling for information. They're going to be asking me, like, what is this? How do I do this? How do I do this? And, being part of this community, I think it's going to be great. So you guys know how it is. If you guys really, support the channel, I've been watching it for a few months and really enjoy the content, a Subway sandwich a month, it means the world to me, and it helps support the channel. I want to get rid of those ads. Honestly, I want to get rid of the ads. And this is a great way to do so. Thank you, everyone who's already part of this. Thank you guys so much for the support. It means the world to me. If you guys are like, nah, Crypto Jeremy doesn't deserve that, you guys can still follow my Twitter for free. By the way, the link is in the description. The first link in the description is for this, and then obviously the Twitter as well. Let's get straight into it. I want to point out, we just opened a new daily candle right here. And the truth is about the daily candle that we had these, I like to call these twin candles. I don't know if that's the correct term. Honestly, the correct terms don't matter. What it means here is the fact that we have very, very similar wicks on the bottom means that we are in a uncertainty phase. This is similar, in my opinion, to a doji. This represents pretty much a doji spread over 2 days, because in a doji, you're going to go up and down the same day. In this case, you went up this day and down the next day. So it's like a glorified doji, I like to call it, my opinion. And what it means here is that we are now getting our support on the 9-day moving average. And nothing has changed for the MACD. MACD is still looking strong. So just a cool-off phase as we watched coins like Ethereum go ballistic. Ethereum was above $280 today, which I think is fantastic. I think Ethereum is one of the most undervalued altcoins out there. 31 billion market cap for Ethereum is amazing, in my opinion. It's so low. Same with, XRP. XRP market cap being below the private equity valuation of Ripple. That doesn't seem right. You know what I mean? But other than that, if we go to the XRP to BTC chart here real quick, you guys will notice something very interesting. We are flatlining. We are flatlining at the same level. This isn't any convergence. This isn't like some convergence happening. There's no convergence here. None. We are not making higher lows, lower highs, higher, lower lows, whatever you want to call it. We are literally flatlining, which means that we are bouncing consistently off of this 50-day moving average. So what does this mean? We found a level that we had prior, tested back here, where XRP, in this case, it's around 2,100 Satoshis, where XRP feels safe. So the goal here, when we know stuff's about to go down, is when we break above this 2361 Satoshis, because that means that we found ourselves above this long-term support. I will not be surprised that it will become a resistance. So keep an eye out for that if you guys are interested on that specific, aspect of the TA. That's all for the TA for this video. I don't want to waste you guys' time. Let's get straight into the actual content. I saw this on Twitter, very interesting for sure. I did not know how connected everything was, and it's funny how the caption is all connected. So what we have right here, if you guys don't know ISO 20022, it's a messaging ecosystem that pretty much connects, it's actually described here, connects financial institutions. And it's interesting that here for ISO 20022 is widely used in financial services. So they have a new development of the actual requirements to be part of this. I like to call it an ecosystem. So Ripple being the first organization that's listed here. And so what this shows here is how Ripple, Stellar, IOTA, these are 3 cryptocurrencies. Even R3, which if you guys don't know is a partner or working with Ripple, Accenture, okay, which consultant firm, Consensus, of course, Swift, obviously here. Swift had some struggles during ISO 20022. Okay, so we have Stellar XLM and then XRP with Ripple. Okay, they are within the system. They are dead center. And if you would have looked at a similar protocol, but maybe 10 years ago, it wouldn't have been 20022. There would have not been cryptocurrencies. So the fact that these cryptocurrencies, I'm assuming these as well are crypto. Oh, I know Algo is a cryptocurrency, but I'm assuming this is also right here. The fact that they are able to implement themselves successfully within a system that, as it says, is for remittances. It says it somewhere here. You guys will have to read this whole article. It said, let me just Control F it. It was somewhere. Settlement, sorry, not remittances. It was settlements. Security, trade, and settlement information, credit and debit card transactions, and other financial information. So what I'm trying to say here is we are within the ecosystem. And Ripple has been successful at making this a truth, a reality. So don't, when you go to bed at night and you can't sleep, remember that Ripple has successfully implemented itself within the ecosystem that's going to provide the future growth, and you will sleep amazing. Okay? Now, the next thing I want to talk about here is, I want to do a real quick talk about the liquidity index. Has been, increasing a little bit. This is for Australia. This is the most interesting one I saw. This is a moving average, a 28-day moving trend. Sorry, a 28-day moving trend. So it means that we're increasing a little bit more here. This is the general trend. We were even negative at one point, and now we're starting to pick up until we see ourselves back above this 10 million. I will not be speaking more on this because I think it's a little bit, honestly, I'm surprised, honestly, but we'll see. We'll be covering that once it does recover. So here, YouTube files motion to dismiss Ripple's lawsuit as Apple legend Steve Wozniak sues media giant over Bitcoin scam. So I saw that on Coinbase News, actually. And yes, what they're saying here is, even though YouTube itself is a victim of the scam, plaintiffs have brought this lawsuit asserting that YouTube violated their statutory and common law right to publicity. So pretty much what they're saying is YouTube argues that it should not be held liable for third-party content on its website. It adds that it did not actively take part in the scams and even took down the fraudulent videos that were brought to the company's attention. So this looks kind of interesting in the sense that when we think back, right, we think back on Facebook banning cryptocurrency ads. I'm pretty confident that YouTube had done the same thing. I'm pretty confident, don't quote me on this, I'm pretty confident that YouTube had banned cryptocurrency ads back in 2018. Give or take. Don't quote me on that as I repeat. The issue here is this is a large-scale thing happening. YouTube or cryptocurrency ads can target crypto videos. When you fill out the ad application, there's so much information. There's so much information that is provided for where the ad buyers want to place their ads, to which demographic, what kind of content, which countries even, keywords, everything. And so the reason we are seeing such a high volume of these ads is because we are, well, not me specifically, I don't see many of them, but you guys, I'm assuming, because you guys watch a lot of cryptocurrency content. Okay, so the thing about YouTube here is, in the scale of YouTube, they're pretty much arguing the idea here that they're doing their best, right? Because they're removing the ones that have been reported. You have to understand, the YouTube ecosystem is huge. There are millions of minutes of video uploaded daily, probably, if not a billion weekly, or some crazy number you couldn't even imagine. So obviously this is, YouTube's a big organization. They're going to do everything they can to not get in trouble, from Ripple to, really settle that lawsuit. But I have to be honest here, this is beyond what we think it is. This is really a whole ecosystem sort of question, and we have to really change the perspective on how we're looking at this. So Wozniak, who was annoyed that they were he got hacked on Twitter, I believe. Then he was annoyed there was impersonation or something. Wozniak has repeatedly informed YouTube that scam videos are fraudulent, that Wozniak has not consented to these unauthorized and illegal uses of his name and likeness. Despite Wozniak's effort, YouTube has constantly failed to refuse to timely intervene or even have a human being respond to stop the scam videos and promotions and to stop selling ads to the scammers. So this is a ad thing. We're talking about here where YouTube is placing these ads. Now, why am I annoyed about this specific Wozniak thing? Because I obviously don't know Steve Wozniak. I've seen interviews. This guy's a great guy, very kind person from what I understand, from what I've seen, and in his perspective, right? Compare us to their perspective between Steve Wozniak and Brad Garlinghouse. For Steve Wozniak, it's pretty much it's a bad, giving him a bad reputation, right? Because it's using his name, using his he's an icon in this in the tech world. And then for Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple is not being well represented through these scams because people might view this as related to Ripple. Obviously, don't fall for these scams. No free crypto where you have to send crypto to get crypto is legit, period. This goes back to RuneScape days with doubling money. We know this is scams. The question is, for new people coming to the space, will view this as cryptocurrency space as that fraudulent space, that scam, thing, and that's not good for the space. And Ripple understands that. They understand that importance of the aspect of this whole scenario. I don't have much more to say about this, honestly. It's so beyond what we can think about, honestly. There's much more stuff at play here, due to the legalities and stuff. There are a lot of clauses and just rules that only lawyers will be able to deal with. Anyways, the rich list. So I got this guy on Twitter. He actually asked me to check this out, so I'm gonna check it out here. I haven't checked this out in over a week, I believe. And interesting flatline here for the 4%. Top 4%. Insanely crazy flatline. Now I want to notice here that the top percent here, the 0.01, which a lot of our exchanges and Ripple, if you actually look at it, we can't. What was this? More than 24 million. If you guys will notice, 24 million XRP. Let's go to this one. A lot of exchanges here. Binance. I'm assuming that's an exchange. Okay, never mind. I was making sure. BitTrue, Bittrex, Ripple. A few exchanges on here. So what I'm thinking about this clause about or my belief about the top tier here increasing here drastically, 400,000 XRP. It's a decent amount. It's a decent amount there. That's like $80,000. Money's flowing in. Money's flowing into the exchanges. People are buying more XRP and accumulating. Now, as XRP price action goes up, if this goes up as well, it means that scarcity is increasing. The sense that if you, for example, are currently in the top 10%, that 10% is going to become harder and harder to be part of. I would love to see really late info from 2019, 2018. That'd be fun to see the comparison. My general consensus is that we are continuously going up. And as we do have if we do have an insane spike in price action for XRP, this will go crazy. So what's really catching my eye right now is the top 1%. The top 1% is still relatively stagnant. Okay? And truth is, look, top 1%, if you guys don't know, you guys can go see right here, for example, the rich list index. If you go, what was it here? It was 80,000, right? If you go 80,000 XRP, you guys will notice that's around the top 1%, but notice how much XRP the top 1% has. The top 1% is 93.4%. Let's do 81,000 to make sure it's the top 1%. This will still surprise you guys like crazy, man. There it is, top 1%, give or take. 93.425% of the XRP is owned by the top 1% of wallets. So our 1% is super distorted. And I know a lot of people, the 1%, is like a big goal, right? A big goal for people in general. People compete, it's human nature to want to be the best, right? And so I know a lot of people who view that 1% as feasible because the 1% of Apple stock owners, it's not feasible. That's probably hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. However, the 1%, currently for XRP, we are looking at somewhere around 100,000 XRP would be 20 grand. So we're looking at like 16 grand, which is still, decent amount, definitely a decent amount. No, almost 2 Bitcoin. But it's much more realistic than the top 1% of Bitcoin, which would be at least 10 Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken, which is pushing 100 grand or above, pushing 100 grand. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I'm really, impressed here by the 1%. I like how the scarcity is not kicking in too quickly, because sooner or later this could go crazy and scarcity could become insanely, because it could become, insanely surprising. Because truth is, listen to this. Truth is, if we hit $3 XRP, right, like we did back in 2018, people are still buying at $3. You look at the order book at $3. You go to XRP. When XRP is $3, come do this. You look at the order book, the asks and the bids, and you will see millions of dollars for the, the asks. Millions of dollars for the asks or the bids. Wait, is it green? Yeah, the bids. It's weird how bids and asks is kind of like the same thing. It doesn't make sense to me. It should just be buy and sell. Anyways, the bids. So if you see high volume in the bids when XRP is above $3, you're going to be like, wait, are people actually in XRP at $3? Of course they are. Because that's how FOMO works. People will always. If people refuse to start buying, we're dropping like crazy, right? So that makes sense. The idea here that is scarcity, people are going to wish they saw this chart here today. They're going to wish they saw it today and not, in 10 years. Anyways, guys, pretty much for this video, guys. Thank you so much for all the support. If you guys, really support the channel and, want to help out, I'd love if you guys, join the membership. It's a family. It's a group. I'm going to do my best to give you guys content that, you guys will enjoy and learn from, and really learn from, because education, I think, is the most important thing. Do your own research, guys. I do my own research, and I'm trying to share with you guys what I have learned and what I know. Other than that, make sure to follow me on Twitter. Link in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, as usual, peace.